Vietnam. Okay, I'm just playing this. Shoot. Well, hey, what's up? This is your boy Asiago on the podcast. The podcast known as 3 a.m. Thoughts. So, if my voice sounds a bit hoarse, I don't think it does, but if it ends up sounding like that on microphone, it's because before making the podcast, I was just practicing different voices for the for the mid-season and season finale specials. Because if you didn't already know, or if it wasn't already obvious, Pumbaa, Larry, and all the other voices that come, they're just characters that I'm playing. Just a little something for me to do. Just a little something special, a little something different. They'll bring some comedy or some drama or dramedies into the whole, mix of things. So now to the whole Good Morning Vietnam thing. Actually, ironically, I have never seen the movie Good Morning Vietnam. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of freaking Robin Williams movies that I hadn't seen. Don't get me wrong, I've seen my fair share, but definitely hadn't seen like a lot of them. Like, I think I might have seen Mrs. Doubtfire, or if I did, it was probably on TV once, like 7 years ago or something like that. I'm not sure. If I did at all, I probably don't remember it, but shoot. But Good Morning Vietnam, like, I've always wanted to see that movie, but for some reason I just never brought myself to doing so. Nothing is restricting me from watching it. For some reason I guess I just keep on forgetting. But anyways, so tonight, what I got on my mind is dreams. Yes, dreams. So the funny thing is that I actually, I used to have I used to keep a dream journal, because back in the day, hold on, this kid is blowing on my phone here, making a podcast right now. Okay, there we go. So anyways, back in the day, I used to keep a dream journal. Because there was a time when I actually became able to have lucid dreams. Yeah, so if you don't know what a lucid dream is, it's when you're able to control what you're doing in your dream. Like, you become like self-aware in your own dream. Somehow you can either just do it easily, naturally, or sometimes you gotta talk yourself into it, or other times it just happens out of nowhere. Like, I've had plenty of dreams where literally out of nowhere I realized, wait a second, this is a freaking dream. Like, damn, I could be doing anything I want right now, and I do. So there was a time when specifically the end of middle school, early high school, and I actually was really easily able to manipulate my own dreams via lucid dreaming, and it was freaking awesome because I had a lot of great experiences. And so it allowed me to do things I never got to do. One thing was I had many of these superpowers in these dreams. I remember one of the first things I did was I got to do a super jump. Shoot. So I was at this farm, and and it's weird how this lucid dream triggered, because this key keeps blowing up my phone here. But anyways, hold on, I'm gonna tell this kid to shut up, because he's blowing up my phone for no damn reason. Here we go. Anyways. So here we go. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I was on this farm, and it's really weird how I ended up becoming lucid, or aware of me dreaming. So outside of the dreams, around this time I was actually watching this show called Raising Hope. And Raising Hope, there's this character. She's the grandma, I think. Yeah, she's the grandma, and most of the time she's crazy. She's kind of she's kind of a nut job. She's got I'm not gonna say dementia, but she's got a form of Alzheimer's, to where like she doesn't remember who she is, she doesn't remember the people around her, and she like and she acts like a pretty much like a kid, And it's really funny and lighthearted, or at least the way the show portrays it to be. But like there are very rare times in the show where she ends up becoming lucid, and then she's aware of who she actually is. She remembers everybody and everything around her, and that's one word, lucid. They would always say that when they refer to the grandma, being sane, when they refer to her, remembering stuff. And hearing that word so much at the same time when I was studying lucid dreaming, like event, like it was kind of like a trigger word, because in this dream, when I was on this weird farm, freaking I was like breeding a whole bunch of cows, and I had to get to the other side or for some apparent reason. I don't remember entirely, because this dream happened like 6 years ago or somewhere around that. But anyways, that old lady from that show was in my dream, and she just said the word lucid. She was saying some kind of a weird sentence, but she said the word lucid, and that like immediately clicked in my mind, and I was like, whoa, wait a second, lucid. Wait a second, I don't know you in real life. Why is there a bunch of cows? Where the hell am I? Oh my god, this is a dream. And I got so pumped up. I was like, ooh, I'm in a dream. I can do whatever I want. So freaking like, so I wanted to test myself to see like if I was truly dreaming, because I just couldn't believe it. So like I was like, okay, if I'm truly lucid dreaming, I am gonna freaking jump over this entire farm here. And you know what I did? I did exactly freaking that. So I freaking I bent down, and I whooshed myself into the air. Oh my god, like it's amazing how like the brain can simulate all these like feelings, all these feelings of like being thrown into the air and just flying through the air for a bit. It's weird, because it really felt like I was jumping over this entire farm, and when I landed, it felt like I actually landed. I mean, albeit without the whole breaking bones thing, because like if I were to jump as high as I did in real life, I probably wouldn't live. But regardless, it just felt really awesome. And I had this like entire dream journal, because even even in the times when I didn't lucid dream, and the times that I just had just regular dreams, like my dreams are just like intense at the time. I mean, I'm not gonna say intense like they're like super dramatic or anything like that. Well, some of them were, but like a lot. There was this time in my life where I was having a lot of these dreams. They're almost like cinematic. It was like it was a real thrill and experience, man. Like, shoot, some of them actually had some stories to them, and I remember like having these awesome wicked dreams, and like as soon as I freaking woke up, because I read that like within like the first 10 minutes of you being awake, if not immediately, you have like 10 minutes of the first 10 minutes of you being awake to remember what you dreamt, unless like it was very significant, or there were very significant points in your dream that end up making you remember past those 10 minutes. You're gonna end up forgetting your dream. So what I did was, like, as soon as I freaking woke up, I grabbed my phone and I just started writing it. I started writing in the notes app, and I made this dream journal. And I had an entire freaking collection. Like, shoot, I mean, they were just really like awesome, significant dreams. And unfortunately, a long time, not too long ago, those freaking notes got erased, man. And I was so freaking devastated when that happened. But the good thing is that I actually remember a lot of the dreams from that dream journal. But what happened was that because back when I originally did this, it was on an iPhone, and so I was using the iPhone Notes app. And here's the thing about iPhones, and what I really hate about them, and what made me just quit iPhone altogether, was this situation, and it's the freaking iCloud. I do not know what the deal is with the iCloud. You can't turn it off, and you can't make it stop bothering you. It freaking sucks. And whenever like a new device gets added, it doesn't matter if it's an iPad, an iPod, an iPad, or another iPhone. It doesn't matter. It just freaking it's annoying as hell. And like freaking because like once a new device is added, it get like everything you have, your photos, your notes, everything gets shared. Or sometimes like a lot of your stuff will transfer to the other device without you even knowing. And I don't know why it works like that. I don't know who's the retarded Apple that thought this was a good idea. But anyways, so freaking I remember it was actually like maybe not a year ago. It was like late 2018, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It was like late 2018-ish, or was it? Yeah. It was late 2018-ish. So freaking. So I had my iPhone, and and so here's the thing. My mom she got a new iPhone. Because like for years, ever since 2009, or not 2009, ever since 2012, she had the same iPhone 4S. I think it's what it's called. Yeah, the iPhone 4S, the first iPhone to have Siri. So I mean, she had that thing for years, and she had the freaking unlimited internet, grandfathered in. It was like still with it being such an old phone, it was still like it still functioned properly and all that. She really got her money's worth out of that phone. But the thing was that like. For some reason, she decided she wanted to upgrade, and that's exactly what she did. And I had no problem with it because it has nothing to do with me, So why would it? But then, the freaking stupid iCloud wanted to be a son of a gun and freaking transfer all my stuff. Like literally, like I remember, the morning after she got her new phone. I woke up one morning to post my memes onto Instagram. Freaking almost every single one of my photos gone. Freaking all my memes, all my personal pictures, all my funny pictures, all my videos gone. And I looked at my notes app. Like pretty much every single one of my notes gone. Just freaking gone. Everything was missing, and I even looked up some other bits of data. Like everything was just gone. And then you know what happened? I eventually found out. Ended up on my mom's phone because, and this is a funny story. It was a Sunday morning, so church just wrapped up, and so I was about to head to work, and my parents and my sister were about to head home, and the thing was that at the time, because nobody checked my phone or anything like that, I would keep I would keep some lewd content on my photos because I thought why the hell not. Well, actually I had the system where I would actually have it on my phone, but I wouldn't have it in my photos. Like I didn't have like a secret app to put them in, and rather instead I would put them onto my regular camera roll, and then I would delete them, and they would end up being in the deleted folder. And then I just gotta remember every 30 days to re-add them and then delete them again. Otherwise, they would disappear forever. So, thing was, even all that lewd content and all that ended up transferring to her device, and she saw every single bit of one of them. It was not very cash money. Man, I remember the really awkward question she asked me. Are these your photos? I was like, no, those are not mine. Oh, what are those photos doing there? And then she was like, oh, okay, they're not yours. I'll just ask your father. Maybe he knows. And I'm like, okay, fine. I admit it. The lewd content is mine. And freaking so I got chewed out for it. I got lectured over it. But God, man. But and then so and she explained to me that, like, when she got her new phone, like the iCloud did something, like like the iCloud did some stupid thing, and then all my freaking notes and all my photos ended up on her freaking on her phone. And then so with everything being on her phone, she had to freaking like she saw all these damn memes and pictures and videos and stuff like that. She didn't want them on her new phone. She started deleting everything. And damn, and actually, oh wait, and now I remember how it actually worked. So everything didn't exactly like all transfer to her device. As like, if anything, it's like somehow my device and her device ended up having like the same library. So like, if I saved a picture, if I took a picture, not only would it end up on my phone, but it would also end up on her phone. And if she deleted something, that same picture would be deleted from my phone. God, so freaking like, so for this weird connectivity thing the damn iCloud did, like, she had all my freaking content on her photo app, and she didn't want it all in there, so she deleted everything. And say, well, everything but like a couple of photos of just me and her or something like that, the usual mom stuff. But man, but by her doing that on her phone, it deleted all the stuff from my phone, and I couldn't even recover anything from the deleted photos folder, and it sucked. And that was definitely so with the freaking Notes app. And get this, freaking, I used to have my Notes app synced up to my Gmail, to where every time I would make a new note, it would end up on my Gmail, and if that note was to ever get deleted, I would just be able to simply look back on the Gmail and recover it back or whatever. And for some reason, only a few notes ended up being saved by that. Thankfully, one of them with all my personal passwords and all that survived. But man, like my dream journals, the dream journals, man, they were gone. Ugh, God, like. I mean, other than the password note folder, the other thing that I really cared about most of my Notes app was gone forever. I even looked up on my Gmail for some reason, because I swear to God they were on there. I mean, to this day, I probably either hadn't looked good enough, or maybe somehow they got deleted off that too. But man, the dream folder, I had so many dreams written on there. I mean, I remember a few, because a few were so awesome. How could I possibly forget? But man, like, it was a terrible day for me. And I remember I got so freaking pissed at Apple. I'm like, first of all, they make this whole iCloud thing so freaking like complicated and stuff, that like I like, and it does this stupid crap. And like, why? Who thought this was a good idea? Like, if I ever find the person that freaking thought that was a good idea, I would beat the living crap out of them and their family. But anyways, I digress. After that situation, I said, you know what? F Apple, I'm getting myself an Android. And like freaking, so I went on Amazon, got myself a Huawei Android phone. It was a $200 budget phone, but hey, it was pretty good for what it was worth. It's not the current phone that I'm using now. No, I upgraded since then to a Razr 2 phone. But shoot, but like literally, like. My first 2 days of using Android, not only did I actually adapt to the operating system like really well, I ended up liking it a whole lot better. And this is coming from a freaking former Apple fanboy. Like, I used to defend Apple all the time, saying, yeah, Android sucks, Apple's better because it just is, yeah. And then freaking, I started using Android, and I loved it a whole lot better. Android is so much freaking better than Apple. I don't care what you freaking say. This is coming from someone that freaking used to use Apple like all the damn time. Someone who grew up with freaking Apple. Golly. Ah, man. Because you know what? Android doesn't have that stupid iCloud thing. And plus, with everybody else in the house using freaking iPhones, I don't have to worry about that crap. I really don't. And seeing how, everybody in this house is stubborn in their ways and are not going to want to change from an iPhone, hell, like if somehow Android does have some like that, I really don't have to worry about that because no one's going to want to freaking switch over to an Android. But between the time that I ordered that and the time that it actually finally got delivered to my house, man, it was just a rough time because I had to be very careful of what memes I saved because everything that I would download onto my iPhone would end up on my mom's iPhone. So freaking screenshots, videos, photos, the downloaded memes, anything. Anything that I took, it would also end up on her device. So freaking there's some memes, some dank memes that I found really funny, and they weren't necessarily like lewd or they weren't necessarily like dirty or anything like that. But I knew my freaking mom would very much question my mental well-being if she saw some of the stuff that I laughed at. And man, it was just so hard, or at least for me, it was just so hard for me to freaking control myself of what I downloaded photo wise, because man, there were so many memes I laughed at, but literally the only freaking memes I could confidently download are freaking very, very normie memes, or freaking has some stupid 2011 memes that she found funny. God, it sucked. It really did suck. But then as soon as that Android came in, man, I popped out my SD card, put it in, and oh my god, my world was freaking changed. Hallelujah. Now I can have all the weird and lewd content on my phone all I want, without having to suffer any kind of consequence, and it's beautiful. But anyways, so let's get back to the main topic, which is dreams. Yeah, let's go. All right, so let's get on to the to the dreams portion of this podcast. So I'm gonna start with some of the dreams that I remember. Let's see, some of the dreams that I remember from my dream journal, which there are a few of them. Let's see, there's this one which is actually one of my favorites. Actually, if not my actual favorite, was so I was in this I was in this very fancy mall, something maybe the Galleria or the Bayberg Mall, something like that. I forgot what I was doing there because I wasn't shopping. I was just strolling around with I was in this class and we took a field trip to this mall and we were just walking around for no damn reason. And it was weird because the way the freaking mall was structured, it also kind of reminded me of a school, because there were freaking despite it being a mall and having stores around it, there was also lockers freaking between all the stores and all that. It was weird. It was like a freaking mall school. Huh? But anyways, for some reason there were a lot of there was a lot of water. There were a lot of not pits, but a lot of cutouts for indoor ponds, and there was a lot of bridges there. What the hell, that freaking scared me, but I don't know if the camera picked that up, but my phone just did a notification and that scared the living hell out of me, because I don't get that notification very often. But anyways, so there were all these indoor ponds, and there were a lot of these bridges that would that you had to cross to get over the ponds. I mean, you could also go around, but for the most part, with it being a crowded mall and such, a lot of people would actually have to go take the bridge. But man, and there wasn't just some of these, there was a lot of these everywhere. And freaking something happened, so a spaceship crashes through the roof, and so not only does it crash into a nearby water tower, but it also crashes into one of the freaking the indoor ponds. And what happens is that the entire place starts flooding to the point to where it's at least 6 feet deep of water. The water rose 6 feet, and it was like, it was crazy. And a lot of people, needed saving, because a lot of people, they were drowning and such, and for a lot of them, they couldn't swim. And so again, being at, with us being at the mall, I looked around for supplies. What could I use, to help people out? Maybe there's like a sporting goods store, and I can just throw them some life preservers or some life jackets or whatever. But what I ended up finding was these weird shoes, these weird shoe things. So so the way they worked was that you would put them on like a normal shoe, but the way they function, it was like it looked like a normal shoe, except it has this giant tumor of a ball right under it, and this ball would give you buoyancy, so you'd be able to theoretically walk on water. I even remember having this upon having this dream, I woke up and I not only did I write this story down, but I also drew what I saw in the dream, and I was really thinking about the science behind it. Would this actually work? Thinking about it now, it definitely would need a lot of work, just because literally, just think sandals but with a giant beach ball under it. That's gonna really make you I might make you float on water or stand on water for a second, but it's not gonna really work as well. And it definitely wouldn't have worked the way it did in my dream, because it worked damn near, actually not damn near, it worked entirely flawlessly, in my dream. Because man, I was able to keep my balance. It felt so freaking awesome to freaking just walk on water. I was on freaking Jesus mode here, man. It was amazing. God, so I was walking on water, and I remember freaking when I first took that step, I was like, whoa. This is unreal, man. This is something else. I can't believe what's going on here. So I'm over here freaking running. I'm walking, and then I end up jogging and sprinting on the water, and so I'm over here jet dashing, freaking I'm moving, I'm moving with the quickness. I'm saving people from the water, and I'm like the Flash, but except that the Flash could run on water, which he probably could. But anyways, but man, it felt so nice. I felt like Dash in that scene from Incredibles, where he's running on the water. Man, that's how I felt, except I wasn't running as fast. But damn, but while I was doing it though, I had this feeling of empowerment or something like that, and for some reason I heard the Back to the Future theme playing in the speakers of this mall, and that just added to the entire aesthetic of the dream, and it was freaking amazing, man. I just absolutely love dreams where I have powers. God, shoot. And shoot, so another dream was God, I'm really trying to remember here, because again, there are very few dreams I actually remember from this dream journal. Let's see. Damn. God, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm really trying to remember. Oh, so there's this one freaking dream. So I think it might have been the last time I actually had a lucid dream, but it was also the first time I actually flew. God, I can't tell you enough. You ask me what, if I were to have any superpower, what it would be, amongst other things. One of my top ones, if not my top one, would be to freaking fly. Because man, I'm not fly like a bird or a plane, but I'm fly like freaking Superman. Just be able to just lift myself off the ground and just start zooming everywhere. Man, something about flying is always it's always excited me, and I've always just wanted to do it. But knowing that I live in the real world, that is not possible. But in dream world, that's an entirely different story. Because man, I remember. So this dream actually, it started off as a nightmare actually. So the thing about this nightmare was, I was walking through the city trying to get home. I had no idea how I ended up in this city. It was night. It was dark, foggy. And it was a really shady part of this city I was in. I don't think I was in Houston or anything. I was just in a city, some generic city that my mind generated. But so I was walking through. I ended up taking a cut through this like really wide dark alley. So I'm like, okay, I see a light at the end there. That can that could possibly help me in my search. On my way home. So I go and I see there are plenty of lights, so it wasn't entirely dark. So I'm like, okay, this seems safe enough. But then, freaking so in the middle of the alley, freaking somebody grabs me from behind, and then I see freaking another person in front of me, emerge from the fogs and the shadows, and I'm like, oh god, and he whips out a knife, and the other guy. So this guy had 4 arms, so with 2 of his arms, he was holding both of my arms back, and then with his 3rd arm, he was kind of like holding my chest. But then with his 4th arm, man, he held a gun up to my head, and these guys were gonna mug me, and God knows what else they would have done in this nightmare. Because again, this was me, and this was high school me having this nightmare. So my mind could have possibly freaking generated some really effed up things. It probably would have, I probably would have simulated me getting raped or something like that. But thankfully though, literally, I was just the moment it was so surreal. I was just so scared for my life. I couldn't get out, and it was one of those, it was have you ever had one of those dreams where you're trying to punch, you're trying to move, but you just can't, and even if you do get yourself to the punch, it's all weak and sluggish, and it's super slow, and it doesn't work out for you. And at the same time, I'm trying to call out for help, but it's I couldn't get myself to say help. I'm like, so it's like, well, I'm guessing that feeling is partially because because I'm sleeping, and so I'm actually trying to say help, but in the real world, as I'm sleeping, I'm trying to actually speak as if I'm awake, but I'm like, or something like that. But anyways, man, I was just, my heart was pounding. My adrenaline was rushing. I was just so damn scared. I didn't know what to do. I felt so helpless. But then something I don't know what, but something just clicked with me. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. This is a dream. This is a dream. This ain't real. And so then, at that second, I broke out of the guy's grasp behind me. Freaking the guy in front of me dropped this knife, and he freaking had this expression in his face. He was like, "Oh God, what the hell is he gonna do now?" And because they both knew damn well that, oh yeah, things are about to get real now. Oh, I know we were in there. I know I'm in a dream now. You guys are so in trouble. But I would have punished those guys, but I was so excited in that moment that I was like, God, I'm in a dream. This ain't real, man. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me, man, because this ain't real. And so I freaking just jumped up in the air super high, and I just started flying through the air, zooming, bursting through the air like Koro Sensei does in Assassination Classroom. Man, I was just going up Mach 20. It just felt so nice. It was flying through the air. Oh God, it was amazing. Oh God, so far it's the only time I've actually flew in the dream world, but man, it felt so amazing. It felt like exactly how I thought it would be. Oh, but somewhat better. Damn, if I can do that again, if I can train myself to lucid dream again, just to have that experience, once again, that would be just so damn lit, man. And unfortunately, what happened was, and this actually happened a lot, towards the end of this era of me lucid dreaming, was that eventually at some point, my brain would get lazy, and my brain would get lazy to the point to where I would lucid dream for about a minute or two, but then my brain would just kind of lose focus, and then I would just end up going with the flow of my dream like normal again. So I don't really remember what else happened after I started flying through the air, but all I remember was I woke up, and God, I woke up feeling so damn good, man. Shoot, speaking of dreams that freaking make you feel good, God, I remember having this dream where so freaking I don't know what the hell I did. Actually, I do remember what the hell I did. So so I was like a filmmaker for the city, So I was filming all these events, filming the mayor doing their stuff, filming the local policeman, the local fire department, doing their stuff. I was filming the medical people, saving people's lives and all that. It was a pretty normal realistic dream. But the thing was that like I was awarded, like people like they just loved my work and they loved me so damn much that they do this entire ceremony. They gave me a key to the city, and they started pouring all this like gold on me, like gold coins, gold bricks, freaking dollars, everything. Like, man, I felt so damn rich. I was like, damn, man, people really love my stuff. People really love my work. Man, I'm getting rich like in a second here. It felt so damn good. Man, I felt on top of the world. I felt like, I was one of those freaking rich celebrities saying, hell yeah, look at all this cash, so much money, I could start a bank. Yeah, so much paper right in front of me, it's hard to think. Man, like it was pretty damn awesome. Shoot, like. And I remember, I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this gold brick to my mom." So freaking, I put the gold brick in my pocket, and I swear to God, I really did feel like I put a freaking gold brick in my pocket, except it wasn't as heavy. But so then, like a minute or two later, I woke up. And I woke up feeling good, man. I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm rich. And I dig into my pocket, and I realized there's nothing there. What? My money! I started frantically patting around myself. I was like, no, my gold, my key to the city, my dollars, my cat! Because I had a cat in the dream. My cat! Everything! I'm gone! It's all gone! And like from the top of my lungs, like everybody in the house could hear me that morning. I was like, no! I was like almost to the point of crying because I was like, no, all my treasures gone. Oh God. I mean, I felt good for that 1 second, but then I realized it wasn't real. I was like, oh damn. God. And I had other dreams like that too, like freaking so these kind of dreams would happen more often than not, more often than once, because in a couple of other podcasts I have said, I've had dreams where I would ask God, hey, I want to ask out this girl, give me a realistic scenario of how it would actually play out. And so, he would give me the dream, and, the scenario would play out, and then I try it in real life, and this scenario plays out exactly how it did in the dream. But those aren't the only girl-related dreams that I've had. No, like, I've had many girl-related dreams. Shoot, like, I remember, there's this one where I was working for this Halloween shop, and I don't think it's a Halloween shop necessarily, but there, it was a shop full of all these different kinds of masks and costumes and stuff, and I don't think it was during Halloween time when I had this dream, but damn, so it was a very lit store, because you go into a Halloween store, it's pretty lit. You got all the costumes, you got the masks, you got the accessories, you got the candy. Man, it felt like a Halloween store. It was so damn lit inside, and so freaking. And then suddenly a time skip happens in the dream, so it ends up being 15 years later, but I'm still the same age somehow, and something happened, so it was like a Fallout style something happened, but it was the aftermath of it. So I wasn't experiencing nuclear war or anything like that. I was experiencing the aftermath. The store was all run down, torn into pieces, not entirely burned to ashes, but man, I was walking around, I'm like, what the hell happened here? And then there was this there was this very, very cute girl. Man, she was she was investigating the scene. She was not an archaeologist, but she was just studying, what the place was, or what the place used to be. And she was just studying it. And now man, Oh my god, like, so supposedly I read somewhere that, when you see a person's face in your dream, that person's face is actually someone you've seen before, whether you know them or not, whether they're just some rando you find at Walmart or some random you see on the street, or even some random face you see on TV. And that, somehow your brain saves that, that image, and then puts it, as a face for one of the NPCs in your dream. I mean, I don't really necessarily think that's the case, because I don't remember seeing this girl at all at any point in real life. Not at school, not at church, not on TV, not in a video game, not anywhere. Man, but damn, this girl, like, she was so cute off the damn wall. She was so nice. Man, like, she was just my type all the freaking way. Like, personality, man, just everything. God, like, I felt so in love. Freaking, like, I remember I held her by the hand, and I was like, you know what, in this time that we're going through, I'm gonna be with you. We're gonna get through this together. And then we damn near kissed, and I woke up. Oh man, like, I can't tell you, man. I felt so sad and lonely. I was like, oh my god, she wasn't real. Come on. Oh man, god, oh man, I was just so close to crying my damn eyes out, man. I can't even tell you. I can't even freaking tell you. God, and again, like, I mean, different situations happen in different dreams, but it's still ending up the same way. I find this cute girl. I like the way she rolls. I like the way she talks. I like the way she feels. I like the way she everything. And man, but like, it just turns out she ain't real. I wake up and I'm like, I actually remember this one dream where, like, man, like, I was laying down on my bed, me and this girl, we got married, and I was just holding her. I had one of my arms wrapped around her, laying down in the bed, and it just felt so nice. I felt so at peace. Like, I felt like I achieved my lifelong dream of having love in my life. And I woke up and I started crying. I mean, not out loud, but I just started crying because I was like, damn. But anyways, so shoot. So I mean, so there's all that junk. But so recently, I mean, not too recently, like starting like maybe a year ago, I started having significant dreams again. So by significant dreams, I mean like dreams that I actually remember, whether they had an actual like story or not, whether they made any rhyme or reason, whether they made sense at all. I started being able to remember my dreams again. So I feel like this is my one step closer to being able to lucid dream again, because I don't know what happened, I can't really, I can't really like look back and try to decipher, what happened around that time or why I stopped lucid dreaming. But let me tell you something. Like, it was just, like, it was just horrible when I couldn't lucid dream anymore, and when it became like almost impossible to do so. But man, when I started being able to remember my dreams again, man, I was just so excited. But the bad thing was that I didn't write my dreams down. That was a big mistake. So you know what? So recently, like maybe like in the past week or so, I actually started writing down my significant dreams again. Like, anytime I had a dream and I can immediately remember the story as soon as I woke up, I would just get on my phone. I'll just go on back in the notes like I did back in the old days, and I'll write them down. And so, I didn't write them down in full detail like I did the other ones, but I wrote down some key words for me to actually remember what went on in the dreams. And so this one weird dream I had was actually from not a couple of days ago, maybe exactly like a week ago. So I was at Walmart, and I was stalking, and it was weird because the way this Walmart was structured, it was almost like you're in a warehouse. an actual warehouse if you've been into one of those. But at the same time, we all lived at this Walmart. Like freaking so you're in the Walmart, you see the grocery aisles, and where you would go into to the back room, to where like the back room is, to where the break room is. For some reason, that's where like a single person's room would be, with a bed, a stereo, a closet, a little closet for clothes and all that. Like exactly that. But except, it wouldn't be just that one spot. It would be in multiple spots in this back room. It was weird. Like we people lived at this Walmart, and for some reason it was like kind of low lit too. So anyways, like freaking, so I remember I was stalking the meat department, and then all of a sudden I see all these zombies freaking come like show up all around me, and I'm like, huh, what the hell's going on? And so like I'm over here like, damn, I gotta get out of here. I don't want to become one of the affected. I mean, if I do, I want to be a clicker, but I don't want to willingly become a zombie. So I'm over here trying to think, what am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do? I don't got no weapons on me. I don't have any powers. What the hell am I gonna do? And so freaking my first instinct, and the thing was, I hadn't done this in a long time, not in a dream, and I didn't know I was actually dreaming. So, but man, my first instinct was that I just jumped and I just started flying. Like shoot, for the first time in almost a decade, I flew in my freaking dream, and man, like it felt so nice. But the thing was, again, I had no idea it was dreaming. That was just the first instinct that I had, what to do. And so, but the weird thing was how I flew. So the way I flew, so I put my arm, so I kind of like put my arms in a weird position, like if I'm like if I'm trying to pretend to be a bird and I'm trying to pretend to flap my wings. But instead of like making the motion of flapping my wings, I would kind of move my wrists in like a circular pattern. And so I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here. And so I'm flying in this really weird position, freaking like acting like I'm doing some form of the chicken dance, but except like not. And then so I'm flying over all the zombies. I'm flying over all the freaking aisles too. And then I hear one of the managers that I know in real life, Paige. All the stocking associates, to the office. And so I'm already on my way there because I'm flying, so freaking I slowly land and I end up in the office for this meeting. And then she's there, all my coworkers are there, and then she was like, okay, so we have kind of a zombie problem. and so I forgot what she was yapping her mouth about. She was probably telling us ways of how to kill the zombies or whatever, but I was just more concerned about the fact that I flew to the damn office. But anyways, So apparently, like, she said something about the zombie leader. Like, you have to kill the leader of the zombies in order to kill all the other zombies. And then so my friend Caleb, who's appeared in this podcast a couple of times, was there with me, and he had this grand plan to trap all the zombies, all over the store by setting all these like fish nets around, and then and just like freaking blasting them all with like fire or something like that. So so we don't have to look for the freaking zombie master or zombie leader, and we can just kill them all like in groups instead. And I mean, the zombie master will have to be in one of those groups eventually, right? But the thing was, in the process of burning down freaking trap the zombies, my alarm went off and I couldn't finish the dream. It sucked because, man, like there are a few times in my life where I had so good at dreams that I will actually go back to sleep and finish them, and this would have been one of the cases that I would, but I had to work that day, so I was not gonna do that. I mean, I probably would if I used PTO, but nah, I'm not gonna do that for just a simple dream. But anyways. So actually, like a day or two ago, I actually had this really epic hero dream. So if you're familiar with any animes out there, really specifically My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer, and if you're also familiar with the old school Nickelodeon cartoons, like this dream will definitely it's gonna be a freaking doozy, man. because in this dream, I was Tanjiro, the main character from Demon Slayer, and for some reason in this dream world that I was in, freaking like Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia were like Nickelodeon cartoons. It was weird, and like it was. I mean, I felt like something was off. Like even being in the dream and not realizing I was in a dream, something felt weird. I was like, huh? Since when is Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia Nickelodeon cartoons? But anyways, so I was Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, and I was taking this hero course to become a hero. At the one, not the same school from My Hero, but it was like a similar school. It's like I knew it took place in the same world, but I don't know, things were just freaking weird as hell. But in this hero course, there's this heroes test, which is kind of like, it's almost like a final exam. In a way, it's an exam you have to take, in order to get your hero's license. So it was very different from how like it actually does, how it actually goes in the anime. But with it being a dream and all, not only was I not aware, of it being so odd, but as well, I just kind of went with the flow, because that's what you do in dreams. So anyways, so in this hero course, this hero test, you had to, for some reason, you had to keep this pen like in your hand the whole time, and not only that, the pen couldn't be broken, while you're in combat and battle and stuff. It was so weird. And with me being Tanjiro, I had to hold a freaking sword and all. So let's see. Okay, so I remember. So the reason why you had to have this hero pen is because this pen kind of like acted as a key. So it really wasn't a pen; it was a key. But for some reason, it was like, it looked like a pen. But anyways. So you had to have this pen in order to open these doors. But it was weird, because the way this exam was, the way it was structured, like, so it was this hallway, and with this hallway had many different doors. And so so you use the pen to open the first door. Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. But then like in order to get to the second door, you had to do like this like secret agent James Bond Mission Impossible moves to get past all these like lasers in order to get to the door. Again, kind of like you would see in a spy movie. But anyways, so once I got through that, I got the pen, opened the door, and then there came this third door, which I honestly forgot what you had to do to get to the third door. But all I remember, it was foggy, and it was something violent. But I got through that, and there was a fourth door. Now, in order to, so the weird thing about the fourth door was that you couldn't just open it with a pen. No, like you had to do the pen wouldn't work at all on the door. What you would have to do is you would have to sacrifice something or someone. And now I remember I wasn't taking this test alone. I had some other random generated character that my brain came up with, in the dream, and so, and this dude, because I was with this one guy and this one other guy, and so this one of the guys, he was the big chunky guy. He grabbed the other scrawny guy, and he freaking and it was this giant table saw right in front of us. He was like, shalom, and he freaking threw him into the table saw, killing the kid. And then the door opened. I'm like, dude, what the hell? We're trying to be heroes. And he's like, you gotta pass the test, man. You gotta pass the test. And I was like, oh God, okay. So after he opened the fourth door, So we finally, it leads into this battlefield. In this battlefield, we gotta fight all these robots and monsters, and after we slayed them all, we advanced to the next part of the test. And the thing was that like basically in this test, you had to go through like the whole door system like 4 more times, and you had to fight all these different multiple waves of enemies, of all different enemies. Like I remember seeing goblins, ghosts, demons, and let's see, mutants, or something like that. But then, like at the last portion of the test, and this was labeled as the final exam. So it is like, and this is when things really started. Like, this is when things really started. Like, God, it really started getting weird, because all of a sudden, all of a sudden, like, because the way the test worked was that, yes, they had to go through multiple like door tests and stuff like that, and they had to fight multiple waves of enemies. But it was like in this giant arena, and all these different students who were taking all the the exact same tests all at the same time, and all these doors, all these tests eventually led into this one gigantic battlefield, and so basically everybody else, including myself, that had survived all the tests, that got through everything, would join me into this final exam. But the thing was that, like, so I'm still this one anime guy, but everybody else around me were Nickelodeon cartoon characters. Like, I saw Danny Phantom, I saw that girl from the Wild Thornberries, I saw freaking God, those 2 duck guys from Breadwinners. I saw all these freaking Nickelodeon cartoon people, and I'm like, huh? Like, where did you guys come from? Shit, I didn't know we're all taking this test. I didn't know you went to this school. But shoot, so you know what? So we're going through these doors. We're all working together as a team. Some other bloke like makes another sacrifice at the sacrifice door, but except, like, they got smart this time. They didn't sacrifice any of the other students. No, they just got the hero's pen, and they just sacrificed that, and the door accepted it, and it let us out into the ultimate battlefield. So, and just seeing the ultimate battlefield, man, like, we saw Invader Zim, we saw freaking, like, God, like, shoot, even some of the, like, well, I don't think this was a Nick Jr. show. I think it was actually I think this was actually like a Playhouse Disney character. But, like, I don't know if you guys remember Secret Agent Oso. I mean, when that came out, I wasn't a baby or anything like that, but I remember seeing that on a commercial. But anyways, even Secret Agent Oso was there, and man, like, it was just epic crossover of all these Nicktoons, like all these anime characters, and we were all fighting all these different hordes of different enemies, from robots to ghosts to demons to mutants, everything, man. Shoot, even the X-Men made a cameo. We had to fight them, man. I remember fighting freaking Wolverine with one arm, and I had to fight Nightcrawler with the other. It was just epic, man. Like, shoot, everybody was using their powers, everybody was using their strengths, man. Like, God. And in some cases, some of the heroes started fighting each other alongside while they were fighting the villains. It was epic. Like, it was one of the most epic things I've ever dreamt of. It was one of the most epic things I have ever seen. And God, I'm so glad I had that freaking dream. It was, like, I don't know, just like during the whole thing, it was just amazing. And I remember, like, in the middle of all that, I actually woke up for a brief second to go pee, but then, like, immediately, like, I went back to bed, like, so I slept for an extra 2 hours. But man, within those extra 2 hours, so much freaking happened, and it was just a freaking amazing, man. Like, God, and at the end of it all, there was this giant ceremony where they were just congratulating all, like, the students that have officially passed the final exam, and we're all here, and we're all officially labeled as heroes. We can work alongside Superman, Spider-Man, and All Might. Man, it was just off the damn chain, man. God, like I can't tell you I have never had a dream like that, or at least not in a long time. And I'm so glad that I ran this down in my new dream journal, and I'm so excited to see it grow again. Like just this, the refill, this new dream journal, with like with some of the old ones that I do remember and new adventures to come. And I really hope that eventually at some point I will be able to freaking lucid dream again. That would be super awesome because freaking I can live out some of my more lewd fantasies. If you catch my drift. But anyways, shoot. So let's see. What do I have anything else to say about dreams? Yes, actually, and this will be kind of like this will be wrapping things up. So because I'm like at the last couple minutes of the podcast, so I remember, and no, I hadn't seen these blokes in a long time, but I remember like they were there in my first lucid dream, and they made multiple appearances in many of my lucid dreams, but there's these two folks that I know. Well, three really, but two main folks that always appeared in my lucid dreams. So there's this cool guy looking like Fonzie, always smoking a cigarette, always had his back against the record machine. His name was Jokes. And then there was this old lady who was always cooking something or cleaning something. Her name was Abuela. like literally, her name was Abuela, the Spanish word for grandma. But so the setting was that like in every single one of my lucid dreams, I would always end up in this weird like restaurant in the sky. It was a small restaurant, and it was literally always on a cloud. And again, Jokes would be right by the record machine, playing some new tunes on the jukebox, and then Abuela will always be either cooking or cleaning something. And then there was this one frequent customer, and so if you've seen if you see My Name Is Earl, there's this character named Kenny, and that same actor plays he plays like the manager in this other show called Raising Hope. And so, but anyways, I remember seeing this same actor, in my in my dream, he as this frequent customer. He was always on his laptop drinking coffee, and so anyways, he's not too important. He's just part of the setting, really. But anyways, so with every lucid dream, I would speak to to Miss Abuela and to Mr. Jokes. Man, like they would always be telling me like the weirdest stuff. Sometimes some of the stuff they said never made sense, but they would always give me like advice, and what I should do, what kind of dreams I should dream up, and what I should do if I ever find myself in trouble in a dream. And I think it was Jokes that gave me the whole idea, like the fly or whatever like that. But anyways, that's all I have when it comes to dreams and lucid dreams, or at least for now. If I ever have like another, anytime that I have like weird or awesome dreams and I write them down, I'm going to make sure I talk about them on this podcast, because man, they do make up for some good content. And I'm going to be more descriptive, in my like writings when I write down these dreams, so I can definitely tell them to you in great detail. You never know, it might inspire you to make turn them into like a book or something. I don't give a damn. But anyways, so thank you for listening this far into the podcast. So I hope you got a bit entertained or whatever. I hope that that you find yourself some awesome dreams too. So I hope and pray that you have a good one. This is your boy Asiago on 3M Thoughts, signing off. Have a good one.